epilepsy, a neurological disorder of patient having convulsion. So it is a neurological disorder patient presented usually with convulsions. Also called seizure disorder. Which is the various terminologies used. What is seizure? What is convulsion? What is epilepsy? What is meant by aura? What is meant by automatism? So you should understand this terminology. So it is a common neurological disorder characterized by recurrent seizures, usually unprovoked, unpredictably occurring, with or without loss of consciousness, with or without body movement. So epilepsy is always because of overactivity of neurons of the cerebral cortex. So it is nothing but it is overactivity of neurons of cerebral cortex. So it is hypersynchronous excessive discharge. So it is a phenomena characterized by excessive hypersynchronous discharge of cortical neuronal activity. This increased cortical neuronal activity is measured by EEG, electroencephalogram, just like ECG, electrocardiography. So electrocardiography is electrical to record electrical activity of heart graphically. So it is a graphical record of electrical activity of heart. That is ECG, electrocardiography. It is electroencephalogram. So it is again graphical record of increased electrical activity or increased neuronal activity of cerebral cortex. It is featured by disturbances in consciousness, sensory motor system, subject to well-being and objective behavior. These are the causes of epilepsy: genetic, inherited, with family history; in acquired causes, neurological causes like head trauma, head injury, meningitis, encephalitis, brain tumors, sinus thrombosis, any surgery, stroke, etc. Metabolic causes include hypoglycemia, hypocalcemia, uremia. Uremia means increased urea creatinine, seen in renal failure patient. Hypoxia, decreased oxygen level. Drug induced, the most common drugs which can cause convulsion to occur are fluoroquinolones and antipsychotics. In miscellaneous, alcohol withdrawal. In chronic alcohol patient or who is addicted to alcohol, sudden withdrawal of alcohol can cause seizures. So these are the causes of epilepsy. Pathophysiology, as we discussed, it is nothing but it is hypersynchronous excessive activity of neurons of cerebral cortex. And there is imbalance between excitatory and inhibitory neurotransmitters. So there are neurotransmitters, two types in brain: excitatory neurotransmitters and inhibitory neurotransmitters. Excitatory means increase activity, inhibitory means which decrease activity. So whenever there is imbalance, means decrease inhibitory neurotransmitters and increase activity of excitatory neurotransmitters. So the basic pattern is that there is abnormalities in ion channels, sodium, potassium, calcium, or decrease inhibitory neurotransmitter activation and increase excitatory neurotransmitter activity, and that results in rhythmic, repetitive, hypersynchronous discharge of neurons. There is formation of epileptic focus in the brain. Formation of epileptic focus, the area of the brain which become epileptogenic foci, means occurrence of seizures from that focus. So there is formation of seizure focus and then convergence occur repeatedly. Then it is called epilepsy. So many times symptoms of epilepsy depend on which area of the brain is involved, which lobe is involved. So many times symptoms of epilepsy depends on which area or which lobe of brain is involved, because your brain, each lobe having different function, each area having different function. So depending on the area involved, depending on the lobe involved, the symptoms of the patient presented like that. Classification of epilepsy: two types, partial or focal and generalized epilepsy. Partial or focal means there is a localized area of the brain which get damaged and become seizure focus. So epilepsy occurring from that because of that focus, and it is called as focal seizure or simple and complex. There are two types. It is partial seizure with two types, simple and partial, simple and complex. So simple partial seizure, complex partial seizure. This partial seizure can progress to generalized seizures also over period of time. Generalized seizures means there is increased neuronal activity of whole of the cerebral cortex. Increased neuronal activity of whole of the cerebral cortex, then it is called generalized seizure. Increased neuronal activity which is limited to some area of the brain. Increased cortical neuron activity is limited to some area of the brain, that is seen in focal seizure. That is seen in focal seizure. Only some part of brain or neurons in some part of brain is overactivated. In generalized seizure, all the neurons of the brain are overactivated, or there is excessive discharge from all neurons. There is excessive discharge from all neurons, there is generalized seizure. Excessive discharge from a limited group of neurons limited to some particular area of the brain, that is focal seizure. So in partial seizure, two type of seizure, simple partial, complex partial. This partial seizure over period of time can progress to generalized seizure. In generalized seizure, there are again various types like absence seizure. In absence seizure, again two types, typical or typical. Myoclonic seizure, clonic seizure, tonic clonic, and autonomic. Among all these, the most common is tonic clonic generalized seizure, which is also called as grand mal epilepsy, which is very common. Tonic clonic generalized seizure called as grand mal epilepsy. And third is unclassified epileptic seizure. Partial seizure or focal seizures are due to small epileptic focus in the brain. They are divided into two main categories, simple partial seizure and complex partial seizure. Simple partial seizure in which the seizure starts as a focal discharge, remains focal throughout, but in simple partial it is without loss of consciousness or without alteration in consciousness. It is without alteration in consciousness. That is the difference in simple and complex. In complex, there is alteration in consciousness or there can occur loss of consciousness. That is the difference between two. Simple partial seizure, consciousness is preserved. Symptoms are related to which area of the brain is involved, either frontal lobe, temporal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, because each lobe having its different function. If occipital lobe is involved, it is mainly concerned with vision. If frontal lobe is involved, it mainly concerned with movement, cognition, thought, speech. If temporal lobe is involved, temporal lobe's main function is memory, speech, etc. So that is affected. Parietal lobe mainly related with sensation. So this sensory area. So it mainly affect body sensation. So depending on which lobe of the brain is involved, because each lobe having its own function. Frontal lobe functions are different, temporal lobe functions are different, parietal lobe functions are different, and occipital lobe functions are different, depending on symptoms of simple partial are present. So simple partial seizure without impairment of consciousness, with motor symptoms, with sensory symptoms, with psychic symptoms, depending on the lobe of the brain involved. Complex seizure with impairment of consciousness, and it can progress over a period of time to generalized seizure. See, this is the partial seizure, this is generalized seizure. Patient fall down on ground with jerky movements of limbs, that is called as epilepsy or convulsion or seizure. So patient usually fall down on the ground with jerky movements of limbs, upper limb and lower limb. Partial seizures are common in 80% of patients. Simple partial with no loss of consciousness. Signs and symptoms include motor symptoms, sensory symptoms, autonomic symptoms, and behavioral symptoms, but without loss of consciousness. So, which are the motor symptoms? Motor symptoms are nothing but jerky movements of the limbs. Jerky movements of limbs, but limited to either single limb or two limbs, because it is a focal seizure. It is not involving all four limbs. So, jerky movements in single limb can occur in focal seizures, like just only left upper limb or only right lower limb, like that. So convulsive or jerking movements of the limbs, but occurring only in one limb or two limbs in focal seizure or in simple partial seizure. Then other abnormal movements like chewing, lip smacking can also present. See, this is the picture. It is before the seizure patient's face. So jerking of right half of the face. See, like this. Jerking of, jerking movements means involuntary abnormal movements. These are nothing but involuntary abnormal movements affecting half of the face. Affecting half of the face. So this is the presentation in partial seizure. Or jerking movement in upper limb, either right or left. Or jerking movement in lower limb, either right or left. So like that. Then it is focal seizure. Or sometimes jerking movement on one side means left side, jerking movement on right side, like that. Only on one side, but not involving all four limbs. All four limbs are involved in generalized seizure. So that is the presentation of partial seizure with motor symptoms. These are called motor symptoms, means affecting motor system or the muscles. So jerking movements, other abnormal movements like chewing, lip smacking, in sensory symptoms which include paresthesia, presence of auras. Aura, what is meant by aura, we already discussed. It is unusual feeling. Is aura is nothing but unusual feeling, and it is a warning sign of impending seizure. Aura is nothing but some unusual feeling. Again, that depend upon the area of the brain involved, and it is always a warning sign of impending convulsion. So sensory symptoms include tingling, numbness, paresthesia. Then autonomic symptoms, autonomy is related with autonomic nervous system. Autonomic symptoms related with autonomic nervous system like sweating, flushing, pupil dilatation. These are autonomic symptoms can present. In behavioral symptoms, impaired consciousness, hallucinations, dysphagia, etc. So, partial seizure can presented with either motor symptom, sensory symptom, autonomic symptom, behavioral symptom, depending on the area of the brain involved, but without loss of consciousness. That is simple partial seizure. See, it involves only a part of the cerebral cortex. It involves only a part of cerebral cortex, that is focal or localized area. Simple partial seizure, there is aura, some unusual feeling. This type of aura also depend on which area of the brain is involved, followed by focal seizures, jerking movements started in one limb. Sometimes this jerking movement can spread from one limb to other limb to other limb, like this, spread to other area one by one, just like marching, just like marching in army. So many times it is called as Jacksonian march. Many times it can be called as Jacksonian march. Jerking movements one by one, involving the limbs one by one, just like marching. So many times it can be called as Jacksonian march. Then aura followed by focal seizures, sometimes associated with autonomic symptoms like flushing, sweating, dilatation of pupil. Then automatism, but no impairment in consciousness, no post-ictal confusion, and patient has the memory about event. Patient remember everything. Patient has memory about event. Patient remember everything. There is no post-ictal confusion, no post-ictal drowsiness, no post-ictal loss of consciousness. That is the description of simple partial epilepsy. Now, something about aura. This is for your understanding only. So it is nothing but it is a perceptual disturbance. It is a perceptual disturbance occurring usually in epilepsy and in migraine. There is aura in migraine also. Actually, it is a warning sign of impending attack. Type of aura depends on which area of the brain involved. For example, if there is occipital lobe involvement, then there occurs visual auras. Occipital lobe function is related mainly with vision, so there occur visual auras. Visual auras which include seeing dark spot, zigzag lines, curtain-like effects, blurring of vision, tunnel vision, etc. So these are some visual auras. Examples of visual auras. If temporal lobe is involved, then auditory auras. Auditory aura means hearing sound that does not exist, inappropriate loudness, You are unable to tolerate the loud sound, etc. So that is auditory aura related with temporal lobe. Somatosensory aura related with parietal lobe. Sensory area is mainly in parietal lobe. So somatosensory aura like tingling, numbness, etc. Paresthesia like that. Then other auras are strange smell, strange taste, feeling nausea. There is some unexplained fear, anxiety, some abnormal sensations called as churning sensations in stomach, slurring of the speech, confused state, or confusion about the task which you are doing, like that. These are also some examples of aura. So before the attack, patient feel all these symptoms. All these means one of the symptoms before the attack. Some patients presented with visual aura, some patient presented with auditory aura, some with somatosensory aura, or something like that. Feeling strange smell, feeling some altered taste, feeling nausea, feeling vomiting like sensation, some unexplained fear, anxiety, some abnormal sensations in the stomach or the churning sensation, slurring of speech, confusion about the task which we are doing. So like that. Or feeling the environment is not real. That is called as derealization. You feel that this environment is not real. Or there is dissociation from the environment. That is called as depersonalization. You are completely dissociated from the present environment. Or you sometimes feel that this environment is not real. That is derealization, depersonalization. So you can feel anything. You can feel anything. It is a perceptual disturbance. It is a perceptual disturbance. You can feel anything odd. It is an odd feeling, odd perception. So you can feel anything odd. Deja vu, jamaism means it is undue familiarity. Undue familiarity means the things which are not familiar to you, but you think that they are familiar. That is called as undue familiarity. And unfamiliarity means the things are familiar to you, you are, but you think that they are not familiar to us. So like that. So you can feel anything abnormal. That is aura. Again, depending on the area of the brain involved, and it is a warning sign of impending attack. So this is something to understand about the aura. Now about automatism. This is also important to understand. It is a brief unconscious behavior or action to which patient is not aware. It is brief, means short, unconscious behavior, unconscious actions, unconscious behavior, but to which patient is not aware. To which patient is not aware. For example, lip smacking, chewing movement, swallowing movement, sleepwalking, mumbling, anything, or doing the things over and over again. Doing the things over and over again. So, like that, some abnormal behavior, some abnormal actions can be seen in patients of epilepsy. Some odd behavior, odd actions, or abnormal behavior, abnormal actions can be observed in patient of epilepsy, but patient is not aware about that actions, about that behavior. So it is called as automatism. So many epilepsy presented with automatism. So it is a brief, unconscious behavior or action to which patient is not aware. The examples are lip smacking, chewing, swallowing, sleepwalking, mumbling. Doing the task over and over again. That is automatism. So this aura, automatism, and autonomic symptoms. Autonomic symptom is symptoms related with autonomic nervous system. So autonomic nervous system symptoms are mainly sweating, flushing, and pupil dilatation. So automatism, autonomic disturbance, and aura. So you should. This is just to understand you. This is just to understand you. Now about complex partial, also called as temporal lobe epilepsy. This complex partial is also called temporal lobe epilepsy. Again, there is aura, followed by impaired consciousness, followed by automatism. Patient may stop all activities, suddenly having spare loop, blank loop, followed by post-ictal phase. Patient is confused in post-ictal phase, patient is drowsy, patient feeling tired and going to sleep. And patient has no memory about the event. He can't recall or remember the event of the attack. So no memory or not able to recall the attack. So aura followed by impaired consciousness, followed by automatism. Patient can stop or may stop all activity suddenly, having stay followed by post-ictal phase. In post-ictal phase, in simple partial, there is no confusion, no tiredness, and patient has memory. But here, there is impaired consciousness, and in post-ictal phase, patient having confusion, tiredness, patient is going to sleep, and no memory about the event. So, impairment of consciousness, purposeless behavior. Affected person may wander aimlessly here and there. So, sleepwalking is one of the mechanism we use. Aggressive behavior means behavioral alteration in behavior. Automatism, doing the things again and again, or doing some odd actions like picking at cloths, that is called automatism. Then various types of hallucinations like visual, auditory, and olfactory hallucinations. So all this is seen in complex partial seizure. In complex partial seizures, it is not necessary that patient having jerky movements. Patient having jerky movements in complex partial. So many times such type of epilepsies are very difficult to diagnose. So many times such type of epilepsy where there is no jerking of the limbs, where there is no motor symptoms, no jerky movements of limbs are very difficult to diagnose, because from these symptoms it is very difficult to diagnose that this patient is suffering from epilepsy. Many times these patients refer to psychiatrists, mean considered as some psychological problem. But it can be a type of epilepsy, so very difficult to diagnose. So we discuss about partial seizures, simple partial, complex partial, or focal epilepsy. Now we see generalized seizures. The most common type is generalized tonic-clonic, called as grand mal epilepsy. It involves both the hemispheres of the brain. As we already discussed, it is the increased activity of neurons of whole brain. All neurons are hyperexcited, all neurons discharging excessively. That is the generalized seizure. So there is intense rigidity of entire body, followed by jerking movements, means alternate muscle relaxation and contraction. That is seen in generalized tonic-clonic contraction. Now, what are the manifest or clinical features of grand mal epilepsy? So this is most common type, tonic-clonic or grand mal epilepsy. See, step by step. First, there occurs aura phase, some unusual feeling. Then there occurs tonic phase, means whole body becomes very stiff, rigid. That is called as tonic phase. And then clonic phase, patient fall down, and there occur jerking movements of the limbs. There occur jerking movements of limbs, and then it is post-ictal phase. Patient is drowsy with loss of consciousness for a while, for few minutes or few hours. Aura followed by tonic phase, followed by clonic phase, and post-ictal phase. In tonic phase, there can occur tongue bite, trauma to the tongue, uprolling of eyes. Here, uprolling of eyes and tongue bite can occur. Then in jerking movements, there can occur bedwetting, means passing urine in cloths like that, and jerking movements of the limbs. Tonic phase, clonic phase, and post-ictal. So this is the presentation in generalized tonic-clonic seizure or in grand mal epilepsy. So aura followed by intense stiffening of the body, and patient fall down on the ground and then start clonic phase. So there is this is the tonic description of tonic phase. There can occur simultaneous contraction of diaphragm, contraction of chest muscles, because it is a tonic phase, stiffening of the body. So which can produce characteristic epileptic cry. Face may become pale, head turned to one side, eyes are fixed in one position, hands are clenched, loss of consciousness, tongue can be bitten, there can be frothy discharge from the mouth. Then breathing is also disturbed, respiration is disturbed, pulse becomes irregular, and this lasts for 30 seconds. Then clonic phase, patient fall down on the ground, jerky movement starts, incontinence of urine and stool can occur. The patient relaxes after jerky movement and then goes into coma or unconscious state or deep sleep. And at that time, breathing becomes noisy, stertorous, and there can occur decreased oxygen level because of respiratory distress. So breathing becomes noisy. This lasts for 1 to 2 minutes. In this case, sometimes patient may require oxygen support. Post-ictal phase, after the seizure, the patient are often confused, hard to arouse, may sleep for hours, may complain, headache many times, fatigue, depression, body ache, etc. This is post-ictal stage. Generalized seizure, various types, most common as we discussed, grand mal epilepsy or tonic-clonic. Second is tonic, only clonic or tonic, absent seizure and myoclonic seizure. So this is seizure, partial, limited to a particular area of the brain, also called as focal seizures. Only there is increased neuronal activity in limited to this area. Means neurons in this area are only hyperexcited, not the neurons of whole brain. So there is hyperexcitation or excessive discharge from the neurons from this area only. So it is focal or partial seizure. It starts in one of the part of the brain. Generalized seizure activity involves the whole brain, both the hemisphere. With generalized epilepsy, absent seizure, myoclonic seizure, tonic-clonic, only tonic and clonic or atonic. Absent seizure, patient stop all activities, having blank look, just staring look, blinking but without falling. No motor activity. No motor activity. In myoclonic, only jerking movements of the body. In tonic-clonic, as we already discussed, tonic means just stiffening of the body, but no jerking movements. Body just becoming stiff, wrists are clenched. This is the position, head turned to one side, whole body is stiff. This is only tonic, but no jerking movements. Atonic means patient just fall down on the ground. Patient just fall down on the ground. There is no stiffening of the body and no jerky movements. That is atonic. In partial seizure, there are two types, simple, partial, and then it can progress to generalized. Absent seizure, there can occur alteration in consciousness. This absent seizure is also called as petit mal seizure. These are common in children. These are common in children. There can be occurring alteration in consciousness lasting for 10 to 30 seconds. There is staring look without eye blinking, loss in postural tone. Patient stop activity suddenly, just have a stare look with loss of postural tone, no eye blinking, last for a few seconds, and patient is not aware about the event what has happened. A patient has no recall or no memory about the event. And consciousness can be altered also. Consciousness can be altered also. So it is called as absent seizure. Means absent-minded. Just like absent-minded. The activity which he has done has no memory, no recall. So just like absent-minded person. So suddenly stop activities, just a stare look, blank look, no eye blinking, loss in postural tone. You just sit quiet for some time. So such type of episode can occur multiple times in a day. Such type of episode can occur multiple times in a day. And it is very common in children. So it is called as absent seizure, also called petit mal seizure. Again, very difficult to diagnose. Many times, such type of seizures also may go unnoticed by the parents also. Parents also don't understand many times in children what is happening, or many times such type of seizures go unnoticed from the parents, or these are very difficult to diagnose or to come to notice to the parents. Myoclonic, there is just sudden involuntary jerking of the limbs, face or trunk in a rhythmic manner, as the name suggests, just involuntary jerking. Clonic means only sustained muscle contraction, alternating with relaxation means only jerking movements. Tonic means just stiffening. Tonic-clonic, that is grand mal. epilepsy, very typical presentation. This is the tongue bite, frothing, uprolling of eyes, patient fall down, post-ictal phase, headache, confusion, loss of consciousness, drowsiness, fatigue. Autonomy means just drop attack. Patient just fall down, no stiffening, no jerky movement. There is sudden loss of postural pain, patient fall on the ground, very common in children, no stiffening and no jerky movements. That is drop attacks, also called as drop attacks. Unclassified seizure, third type. So simple, generalized, unclassified. And what is status epilepticus? Status epilepticus is nothing but seizure occur repeatedly. Seizure occur two or more episodes of seizure occurring repeatedly with no recovery of consciousness in between attacks. So, two or more seizures occurring repeatedly with no recovery of consciousness. That is important. No recovery of consciousness is called status epilepticus. The remaining part we will discuss next time. The time is over.